Sorry, my video ended abruptly in my previous lecture, so it is a continuation of that lecture. I told you about cyclooxygenase 1 inhibitor. It is aspirin in low dose. Cyclooxygenase 1 and 2 drugs that inhibits both 1 and 2. They are most of NSAIDs, ibuprofen, diclofenac, mefanoic acid, ketorolac, and so on. And drugs that dominantly, not very much selectively, but somehow more that block cyclooxygenase 2, they are piroxicam, meloxicam, and nimesulide, and those drugs that selectively blocks this cyclooxygenase 2, and they are rofecoxib, celecoxib. But this coxib drugs, they are not good for your heart because they are not blocking the formation of thromboxane A2. That's why they are contraindicated in patient with cardiovascular disease, with the problem with patient with cardiovascular problems. Now I will talk about some what are the indications for NASIDs. The indications are, it is anti-inflammatory analgesic drugs, so they are used to remove pain. Most commonly they are used to remove pain of any etiology. It may be body pain, it may be joints pain, it may be teeth pain, it may be headache. They can be used in severe form of migraine headache. They can be used in rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, seronegative spondyloarthritis, like arthritis associated with inflammatory bowel disease, like ankylosing spondyloarthritis, in such type of disease. It can be used to treat even myalgia, pain in the muscles. It can be and drugs like indomethacin, especially indomethacin and ibuprofen, they are used uh, to prevent. They are used to close patent ductus arteriosus. Patent ductus arteriosus is a special communication between your pulmonary artery and aorta to bypass the blood, because these lungs are not mature, so the blood going to the lungs will bypass directly into the aorta, and this duct should be closed when the child is born. In case if it is not closed, we call it patent ductus arteriosus. And to close it, conservative treatment for this condition is giving NSAIDs, because it blocks synthesis of prostaglandin, which are responsible for patent ductus arteriosus. And what are the side effects? I'll talk about some major side effects. It is hepatotoxicity. Overdose is called hepatotoxicity, not good for your liver. Can be nephrotoxicity, not good for your kidney. And the main side effect is they can exacerbate peptic ulcers, because ulcer means what? Your lesion in the gastric mucosa. This is your stomach, this is your gastric mucosa. You have protectors and attackers. So usually these things remains in a balance. So protector and attackers are balanced. Protectors are prostaglandin, bicarbonate ion, mucus lining. Attackers are like HCl, pepsin, duodenal reflex. So what happens, since NSAIDs is blocking the production of prostaglandin, which is your gastroprotector, so the level of prostaglandin decrease means attackers will dominate over protector of your gastric mucosa, so it can cause ulcer. And that's why NSAIDs is contraindicated in case of acute ulcerations of gastrointestinal tract. And if you have to give NSAIDs in peptic ulcer patient, then you should give this with some proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, esomeprazole, or with prostaglandin analogs like misoprostol. Okay. Another side effect, it's hypersensitivity, allergy. Now, aspirin, I'm talking about aspirin. Aspirin can cause asthma. This is called aspirin induced asthma. You know, arachidonic acid, it is either metabolized through cyclooxygenase path to form prostaglandin and through lipoxygenase path to form leukotrienes. Since aspirin blocks this path, arachidonic acid will now choose this lipoxygenase path to metabolize into leukotriene. The concentration of leukotrienes raises in your blood, and it will cause what? Bronchospasm. It is called aspirin induced asthma. Another side effect is which is very much specific to aspirin is